By the summer of 1864, President Lincoln put Ulysses S. Grant in charge of the Federal Army. It was decided that a Union victory could only come from a scorched earth policy that would not just destroy the Confederate Army, but the lives of civilians. Towns in Georgia would be set ablaze by General William Tecumseh Sherman. But first, Grant put General David Hunter in charge of doing the same in the Shenandoah Valley. General Hunter would unleash a reign of terror, burning towns and churches. People pleaded for their homes to be spared as Hunter made his way south. In Lexington, he would completely destroy the beacon of Southern military might, VMI. Hunter made his way through the valley with ease until he reached Lynchburg, a town with a supply center and a hospital. Hunter, with 15,000 men, was stalled by Tiger John McCausland, who had 1/10 as many soldiers. General McCausland's great-grandson, Kyle, like so many West Virginians, grew up in the splendor of Mountain State beauty. But he had to look outside the state for work. He has now returned, and what he has brought back with him has helped him to refine a vision for the Kanawha Gateway's preservation.
I grew up in the Kanawha Valley on my father's farm. With respect to preservation or conservation of farmland, and I would like you to think not necessarily as just land, as preservation of our food source and conservation of our food source.
Which means the landowner retains title of the land and continue to use it, but the land can't be developed. The land trust, a private non-profit with maybe some donated funding or foundation funding, would probably have a small staff and maybe some volunteers and a board, and they would be responsible then for monitoring those easements to see that the land is not developed, that there's nothing happening on that land that goes beyond the original wishes of the easement donor.
In recent surveys, it is estimated that about 90% of people administering eye drops find the task difficult and are frustrated by the inefficiency and clumsiness of this awkward process. There must be a better way. Now there is, and it's called Dropmiser. This patented design combines comfortable ease of administration with uniform drop size and delivery efficiency.
I came to United States to get the undergraduate bachelor degree. After I graduated, I tried to find a job, but I had my first son were born, and then it kept me busy, and then second one, and third one. So I pretty much, spent most of my time to take care of my kids. Each person has, different value. For me, I think my family, my kids, they are my first priority. So I told them I cannot be like tiger mom to watch each one of you. We have 5 boys, but each one of you have to be like a tiger, to reach your goal. Yeah. We came from Taiwan, and we saw the education system in Taiwan. There are very good things that we should learn from Asia's education, but there are also very good things that we should learn from United education system. Try to get the balance.
The present park was opened July 27, 1980, and in 1984 the reconstruction of the Blennerhassett Mansion was begun. That was completed. It was opened to the public on July 4th, 1991, and today it's about 95% furnished. A number of the pieces in the mansion belong to the Blennerhassetts themselves. Others are all period correct.
The island was served by a ferry that prevented vehicular traffic from tainting the peace and serenity of the environment.
For this particular site, we looked at a suspension bridge, a cable stay bridge, and of course a tied arch. And of the three of those, as we were going through plan development, to meet the certain objectives that the other players had, the network tied arch best met this site.
A typical steel tied arch bridge, the hanger cables always hang vertical. In the network tied arch, the hanger cables are inclined. The reason for that, it gives the bridge increased stiffness, it gives it increased strength, and certainly it's a lot easier for the installation and also for removal if you have to replace those cables.
In 1977, another of the state's most spectacular projects was completed. Named West Virginia's top transportation infrastructure project of the 20th century, the New River Gorge Bridge became a vital component of West Virginia's highway network and a spectacular attraction for visitors. Transecting the wide canyon of the majestic New River Valley, the bridge cut down the travel time through the area from almost an hour to under 1 minute. Recognized for its engineering achievements, the bridge soars 876 feet above the scenic New River and was once the longest single arch steel span in the world and the second highest bridge in the United States.
Just as the trolley company built Camden Park at the turn of the 20th century, so too did Huntington's Bus Company, now known simply as the Transit Authority, helped to build Pullman Square at the turn of the 21st century. Teaming with a private developer, Metropolitan Partners, TTA administrated the funding for the transportation aspect of the development, which made it a viable project. Pullman Square is a multi-use facility that mixes shopping, dining, and entertainment with transportation in a complex that embodies an industry buzzword, intermodalism. Cars and buses meet at the square, delivering visitors where they have a one-stop experience.
They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Anna Maria learns this when she leaves her home and husband to help stop a malaria outbreak in Africa. Instead, she finds herself with a former lover, embroiled in a revolution, and caught in the crosshairs of guerrilla rebels. Dangerous Medicine, a new novel by Mary Lake Pullen and Cabell Smith.
Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Words captured in song describe the transcendent beauty of the state's famous mountains as they reach to the sky. In the 21st century, travel through West Virginia's mountains is made easy by superhighways, which connect all parts of the state and connect the state to the north, south, and Midwest. Though just as magnificent, the mountains have been tamed by modern highways which facilitate economic development and opportunity for West Virginia. The commuter pass system was established at the North Beckley Toll Plaza, allowing for unlimited travel at a low cost of $5 a year. In 1994, the Parkways Authority commuter program was created to provide frequent non-commercial users a savings on tolls of up to 85%, at all toll booths of West Virginia. The tamarack is a hardy tree, most often found in northern climates, but which grows in West Virginia's resplendent mountains. The name is fitting since the tamarack tree is famous for the versatility of its usage. With architecture as bold as its ambition, the Tamarack Center was designed to resemble an Appalachian quilt pattern brought to life.
Hi everyone. As you'll recall from one of our previous shows, we reminded you that 2006 is the 50th anniversary of the interstate highway system. The interstate system got its genesis from President Eisenhower, who made a journey in 1919 from Washington, D.C. to San Francisco. That trip in 1919 took 39 days. One of the reasons why? Detours around landmarks like this one, Tom's Creek, where there was a covered bridge at the time here in Emmitsburg, Maryland. We are here to commemorate that bridge and that moment.
Traveling all the way from San Francisco to Washington, D.C. We're reenacting the 1919 convoy that started in D.C. and went to San Francisco. Part of this journey, we've done everything from going through the Salt Lakes deserts, up the Rockies. Now we're in the Appalachians right now. So it's been an amazing experience. But I think it's important for us to continue to talk about it, because if we don't continue to talk about it and raise awareness, then our interstate system, you know, it's 50 years old. What happens in another 50 years? You know, it would just get worse. And we have to maintain and promote and continue to do what we're doing with the interstate system. Absolutely. It's important.